ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, hockey fans of all ages, welcome to another exciting high school matchup of Section 3 Athletics, New York State High School Athletic Association. Streaming to you live from the Haldane Memorial Arena at the John F. Ben Snow Complex in Pulaski, New York. We have a few more minutes of warm-ups. And then our live in-game host, rink announcer, will introduce the game. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, hockey fans of all genders and all ages, welcome to the Haldane Memorial Arena, home of Storm Hockey. The Ontario Bay Boosters Club would like to remind you that this facility is managed by a group of parent volunteers, and your assistance in helping to keep the arena clean is greatly appreciated. Warming blankets have been provided for your convenience in the bleacher section of the arena. Please remember to fold and return those blankets to their appropriate receptacle at the conclusion of today's game. In accordance with New York State Public High School Athletic Association, we would like to remind you that masks are required to be worn by all individuals inside the facility at all times. Also, in accordance, this is a zero-tolerant facility. Any taunting of players, coaches, officials, or other spectators, including obscene or vulgar language, will result in being escorted from the facility immediately, and you will not be allowed to return until the next game. And now, for our starting lineup, beginning with the visiting team wearing their road red, led by assistant coach Glenn McCaffrey, James Piscatello, and Mark Boyd, the Baldwinsville Bees. On defense, number 10, Theo Weissman. Number 17, Trevor Sutton. On offense, number 9, Matt Carter. Number 23, Keegan Lynch. Number 24, Matt Fawaz. And in goal, number 30, Patrick Morgan. And now for the home team wearing their home gold, led by assistant coaches Callie O'Mara, Derek Goodenough, and head coach Steve Olson, the Ontario Bay Stars! On defense, number 6, Casey Wilson! Number 17, Matthew Olson! Number 14, Owen Newton! Number 23, Bryce Goodenough! Number 8, Zach Blevins! And between the pipes, protecting the net, number 44, Colin Bennett! At this time, I'd like to ask everyone to please rise. Place your hand over your heart as we all stand together as one free nation. Remove all headgear. Any active duty, veteran, or retired servicemen or servicewomen may salute as desired as we listen to the playing of our national anthem. Now let's play some hockey! All right, and you heard it here. We are ready to go. At least I'm ready to go, and I'm the guy with the camera and the microphone, so let's get going. Baldwinsville Bees are coming hot off of a victory over IHC Cavaliers last week. They won that contest 5-0. You can catch that game here on this channel, The Dan Dallin. Don't forget to click subscribe so you get notified of all of these outstanding games. Once you hit subscribe, you'd be able to chat live with me here during this game. You do need to be a subscriber in order to chat. And why not? I'd love to chat. Refs are ready, goalies are ready, the puck is ready, and here we go. That faceoff gets drawn back by Baldwinsville. Brought into the offensive end. Now it's corralled by Bryce Goodenough. Goodenough back around behind the net, passes it up to Owen Newton. Newton out into the middle to Zach Blevins. Blevins to Wilson. Wilson dumps it in all the way around, back around behind the net. Oh, and that comes out on the near side. Get past Olsen. Racing back for it is Goodenough. Goes over the red line, adjacent to Colin Bennett. Bennett drops behind him to Olsen. Olsen up to Newton. Newton gets around that, who's that? Number 21, Pennefeather. Corralling it in the neutral zone is Keegan Lynch. Stopping it before it goes into his own defensive end. Casey Wilson comes back to Wilson again in neutral zone. Off the board pass to Blevins. Blevins cutting across. Stopping, curling around, looking, setting things up. Blevins up the boards to Newton. Newton touches it. Pushes it forward. Jimmy Reynolds corrals it in his own end of the ice. Reynolds coming around on the near side through the neutral zone into the offensive end. Meets Wilson. Wilson grabs that puck. Dishes it aside. Picked up there by Joe Brodeur. Brodeur dumps it back for Blevins. No, back to Wilson. Up to Mashaw. Mashaw back behind the net again for Brodeur. Brodeur up onto the far side for Amadon. Amadon pinned up. Nope, that's Wilson. Coming away with that puck. Brian Yeager out in front. Pennefeather with it now on the corner. Now Eric Mashaw. Out in front. Picked up by Wilson. Wilson dingling, dangling, stepping over Pennefeather. And he sends it all the way across. Almost hits David Stern in the face. He just moves that noggin out of the way. Into the offensive end it goes. Here comes Stern. Touches up that puck. Has it at the circle. Pops it back behind. Amadon gloves it. Comes out. It's loose. Brodeur. Oh, just not able to get it. Cole Schuyler just able to get a piece of it. He passes it up to Braden Evans, fires that shot, goes high and over the net. Corralling it in the corner. Nope, nobody. We got a delayed penalty against Ontario Bay, it looks like. Coming over to grab that, to get the whistle. Nobody yet. And now it gets touched by David Stern, and we're going to get our first penalty of the day, a minor penalty for tripping. This is going to be against Joe Brodeur, number 19. Ontario Bay penalty, number 19, 2-minute minor for tripping. Number 19, 2 minutes, trip. Time of the minor penalty, 2:10. Playing that puck in their own end, that is Pennefeather. Pennefeather fires that shot in, deflected, and covered up by Colin Bennett. 23 seconds have expired in this penalty so far. This penalty could be sponsored by you. You just got to contact me, and I'm always looking for sponsors for games, periods, penalties, and the like. Shot saved by Bennett. Gets deflected all the way out into the neutral zone. It is through those sponsorship dollars that I'm able to upgrade my equipment, potentially even hire somebody to operate this camera for us so we could zoom in when necessary. Penafeather cutting through the neutral zone, curling around as soon as he crossed over into the O zone. He's got Blevins all over him. Penafeather still maintaining possession of that puck. Fires that shot. Low save. Kicked aside by by Bennett. Comes back out in the middle. Picked up Lynch. Lynch over to Penafeather. Penafeather into the corner by the face-off dot for Sam Chapa. Chapa over to the other side for Lynch. Lynch bringing it up on top. Back to Chapa at the dot. Fires that shot, and it's in! Goal scored, number 18. And I believe that came from Lynch. Scorer's booth telling me that was scored by 9. I don't know if 9 was on the bench. That is covered up by Bennett. Baldwinsville power play goal scored by number 9, Matt Carner. I thought it was 18. Assisted by 23 from 21. 9 could have been 18. From 23, from 21. Time of the Bees power play goal 3:22. Eric Mashaw picking up that puck, cutting through the neutral zone, going east to west, forcing his way over into the offensive end. That puck gets taken away by Penafeather. Penafeather to Moreno. Moreno still with it. Moreno moving up into the offensive end. Moreno into the corner, and Matt Olson gets a piece of it there. Following up behind, though, is Sam Chapa. And Amadon able to push that out into the neutral zone. Corralled by Jimmy Reynolds. Jimmy up, and David Stern picks it up here in the neutral zone. Stern pushing it forward with his feet as he moves his way through two bodies to the face-off dot. Tries centering. Amadon comes over to grab that puck and dish it back behind the net. Picking it up back there is Matt Carner. Here it comes. That's not Carner. That's number 8, Daniel Spade. 18 even. Sam Chapa. They keep showing me more and more numbers on their jersey. Eric Mashaw collects on the near side. Gives it to Joe Brodeur. Brodeur tries going through the legs of Fawaz. Nothing doing there. Sent all the way across. Picked up by Matt Olson. Olson up to Blevins. Blevins not able to advance it further. Comes back to Blevins. He sends it all the way across to Bryce Goodenough. Goodenough misses it. Casey Gilbert across the ice to Jack Gipe. And he sends it up. That gets missed by Fawaz and goes all the way down for an icing. That'll bring this face-off next to Patrick Morgan, off to Pat's right side. This face-off will be between Keegan Lynch and Bryce Goodenough, both of them number 13. Goodenough wins! Goal! Quick shot and a goal! Bryce Goodenough, unassisted. Ontario Bay goal scored by number 23, Bryce. So nice you gotta say it twice. Bryce Goodenough! Unassisted, number 23, unassisted. Time of the Storm goal, 5:22. You gotta use some nicknames. Newton holding that puck in, dishing it back towards the corner. Trevor Sutton picking up there, trying to clear it out. not able to get it out, though. Blevins trying to make a play on it, now corralling it. Theo Weissman up through the neutral zone, right over the center face-off dot. Turns that puck over, goes to Olsen, to Newton. Newton battling it forward, gets it to Blevins. Blevins takes it and fires it all the way around so we can get an offensive line change. Picking up that puck behind his own net, Leo Vona. Vona sends it all the way across to Sam Chapa. Chapa pushes up into the corner, and Steve Saber takes it back there. Saber over to Wilson. Wilson coming up on the near side, making his way past Call. That puck gets taken away. Off the wall, all the way down, picked up by Olsen. Olsen with the high flick, bouncing. Gets by Vona. Call not able to control it, though, and Vona recovers. Passes it back to Jimmy Reynolds. Reynolds able to pass it over and get it up. Fired in by Casey Wilson off the glass. Gets deflected back behind the net. Steve Saber with the hard hit, mainly on the boards, not so much another player. And coming out with that puck is Penafeather. Penafeather, cross ice pass, all the way over to Chapa. Shot comes off behind the net and out all the way into the neutral zone. Call missing that puck, being played up by Brodeur. Brodeur touched by Call. Call dumps it in. Call playing on offense this game so far. Call going into the corner. Softens up that blow. Centering pass by Stern. Nothing doing as Corey not able to catch up to that to get that hit. Cody Mashaw coming back on defense. Mashaw in the corner. Mashaw with that puck off the boards, passes it, comes through, out, and now back in by Matt Carner. Zipped around, collected by Fawaz, missed by Fawaz. Cody Mashaw on the far side. Eric Mashaw, sorry, passes it up. Jack Geip with it. Geip flicks it up, and that goes, and it hit one of his players. And that'll be a face-off in the B's end of the ice. Face off to the right side of Morgan and controlled by the Bees. Weissman takes it out, passes it up to Carner. Carner in deep by the dot, swings and misses, and he goes down. Wilson applying the hit to, I think that's Penafeather. No, it's not Penafeather, that's Fawaz. Puck in the corner, out on the boards. Fawaz all the way across, hard pass to Weissman. Weissman not able to get it. Coming off the boards, Eric Mashaw. Mashaw collects it through the middle. Mashaw not able to push his way past Trevor Sutton. That's off. We got to come out. Got to come out. Matt Olson, so excited. So excited. Has to come out. Carner touches that puck at the red line. Dumps it in to avoid the icing. Wilson and Olson run into each other. I think we're still super excited. Coming over, Skyler dumps that puck back behind. Olsen with the stick check so Wilson can make a play on that puck. Gets fired back in from the point. In the corner with it, Daniel Spade. Loses it. Wilson flicks it up. Amidon touches it into the neutral zone. Picking it up is Vona. Leo sends it into the corner. Goes back behind the net for Wilson. Wilson fires it out at the blue line. Stopped and held in by Reynolds. Turned back around by Mashaw. Reynolds going to chase it down at his own end. Has Amidon hot on his back. Reynolds has to pop it out to Vona. Vona all the way across. Now it's picked up by number 27. Oh, that's Babcock, number 27. I know that mug. I forgot to add him to my roster. 27, Ethan Babcock. He just got his practices all squeezed in over the last week and a half. Penafeather, shot, goes wide, bounces off back behind the net. Casey Gilbert picks it up on the near side. Gilbert battling against Blevins. Comes out, held in at the point by Chiappa. Chiappa coming across, up on the high slot, shot, goal! Chiappa! He made that space, he dug it out from the side. He scored that goal. Baldwinsville goal scored by number 18, Sam Chiappa. Unassisted, number 18, unassisted. Time of the Bees goal, 7:52. Did I say his name right? Is it Chapa? You see any weird reactions? What's that? It's Baldwinsville, man. Come on, Matt. Face off to the right side of Morgan. Comes out. Oh, not able to get held in by Cody Mashaw. Comes all the way back. Joe Brodeur picking it up in his own end. Brodeur going back behind his own net. Chased down by Carner. Passed up to Goodenough. Goodenough flicks it out to Newton. Newton actually holds it in with his shoulder. Carner picking that puck up. Reaching, stretching, leaning, centering. And it goes right to Bryce Goodenough. Goodenough passes out to Newton. Newton over to Blevins. Blevins coming up through the middle. Passes over to Newton. Newton with the touch. Not able to get it towards the net. In the corner with it, Theo Wiseman. Wiseman spinning, stopping, shorting, coming back, gets it up to Fawas. Fawas up to the middle, right to Blevins. Blevins has to wait for his team to check up, and he dumps that in back behind the net. Played back there by Sutton to Wiseman. Lots of spinning around. That puck comes up. It comes high. It goes to Wilson. Wilson flicks it up. It goes high. It's like they're juggling. Doing a juggler's game tomorrow. Blevins grabs it. He dumps it into the corner. Back behind the net. Around to Sutton. Sutton collects it. Sutton looking. Sutton flicks it up high, and that's going to go on net. Saved by Bennett. Pushed out to the corner. Matt Olson picks it up. Hurries it up along its way to Saber. Saber tried touching it out. Got picked off hard by Skyler. Now Saber coming out with it. Saber dumping it to the middle. Fired back into the corner. Corralled there by Olson. Olson over to Call. Call touches it, not able to get it out. Gets held in by Vona. Vona flicks it up. Oh, Vona hit in the face. On the far side, reaching and picking that puck. Zach Blevins cutting around this way, then that way. Now he's going up the middle. Push that puck up. Saber touches it, gets it into the corner. Saber going up against Reynolds. Saber hitting a board hard. That comes out. Olson just not able to hold it in. Almost, but not quite. Hey, Matt, you want me to plug in a headset? You want to do color commentary with me? Come on, man. You just say things about them. So you got to just use nice words and it'll be all right. This could be the beginning of your broadcasting career. Face off to the left side of Morgan now. Goodenough facing off against Penafeather. Goodenough wins that battle, gets it over to Blevins. Blevins tries popping towards the net. It gets deflected, comes right back to him. Goodenough into the corner for Goodenough. Goodenough drops into the corner to Blevins. Blevins up to Cody Mashaw. Fires it in. Touched by Newton. Not able to get deflected. Comes back out to Brodeur. Brodeur with it. Brodeur fires. Oh, gets deflected right in front of him by Sam Chapa. And that gets rifled all the way down. Played on. Hey, I missed the penalty. Did you see it? That goes into the corner, back behind that, picked up by Sutton. Sutton plays it to Carner. Carner dumps it all the way down as he tries to kill off this penalty that I forgot to pay attention to see what it was. Wilson back behind the net, passes it up for Goodenough, goes behind Goodenough. He never gets a good look at it. Carner gets it. Carner steps it up through the legs. Wilson fires that shot, saved by Bennett. Olson going over to make a play on it, as is Carner. Olson, Carner, Goodenough. Goodenough over to Blevins. Blevins behind the net. 30 seconds or so remaining on this penalty. He passes up off the boards to Goodenough. Barely gets to him. He passes it back to Blevins. Blevins coming up with that puck. Cutting through his own zone, now into their neutral zone. Blevins over the blue line. Blevins moving forward. Backhand shot. Saved by Morgan. Face off to the left of Morgan. Stern trying to make something do with it. Comes out loose. Held in by Olsen on the far side. Amidon with it. Barely able to get it away from himself. Reynolds grabs it and flicks it all the way down. That's going to run out the time on this penalty. Wilson gets it back behind his net. Challenged by Moreno. Wilson cuts back and cuts some free space. Wilson coming up. Gets the Fawas. Dishes it off to Mashaw. Mashaw not able to push that up quickly enough, and we're offsides. 2:54 remaining in this period. Baldwinsville Bees leading by a score of 2-1. Eric Mashaw going over on the far side along the blue line, able to push that puck forward. Grabbing it in his own end, Jake Geip not able to clear it out though. Now into the corner goes Casey Gilbert along with David Stern. Gilbert with it and Matt Olson. Gilbert just able to squeak it up to Cole Schuyler, not able to get it out, comes back to Gilbert. Casey Gilbert coming through the middle of the ice. Gilbert passes it over to Jamie Geip. Geip loses it for a second, spins around, recollects it, takes it back behind the red line. Geip looking for somebody to pass to. Checks up, comes back the other way. He's got Olsen and Wilson on him. Olsen fires it around, not able to get it past the point. On the far side, held by Schuyler. Now it comes back to Olsen. Olsen clears it out. Amidon on a foot race against Casey Gilbert. Gilbert gets to it first. Gilbert had quite the head start on it. Out to the near side. Pushed out by Schuyler, out into the neutral zone. Amidon fires it back hard for Cody Mashaw, and it was too hard and not even close enough to Cody for him to be able to get it. Joe Brodeur collecting that puck. Brodeur to the middle, now back up along the boards for Eric Mashaw. Mashaw over the blue line, steps up, fires, blockered aside by Patrick Morgan. Out to the point for Cody Mashaw, pushes it up, corralled by Theo Weissman. 1.5 minutes remaining. That goes high. And Cody Mashaw tried to stop it, and it goes into the bench. One ref wanted to pop it in all the way into the zone. The other one said, yeah, well, that guy just kind of caught it and dropped it into the bench. So, if anything, we ought to go down there. So, yeah, no, it was that kid right there. You see him? In the gold jersey. I'm going to drop the puck right here. And he does. Dawson Corey draws that puck back for Joe Brodeur. Joe Brodeur over to Cody Mashaw. Mashaw up to the neutral zone. Stopped there by Keegan Lynch. Now it gets dumped in. Back around behind the Ontario Bay goal. Played up but held in by Lynch. Now comes out to the point. Fired in by Trevor Sutton. That gets saved by Colin Bennett. Into the corner it goes. Pushed up for it. Coming out with that puck is Matt Carner. 1 minute of play remaining in the first period. 1 minute remaining. Matt Fawas with the open net, but did not have the puck. Cameron Call getting that puck, holding it up against the boards, tries flicking it up high, and now it ends up getting cleared out by Dawson Corey. Long pass off the boards by Trevor Sutton, long enough for that to be an icing. 38 seconds remaining in this period. This face off to the left side of Patrick Morgan. Bryce Goodenough take. Comes out to Blevins. Shot. Goal. 8 from 23, Ontario Bay. Ontario Bay goal scored by number 8, Zach the Attack Blevins, assisted by number 23, 8 from 23. Time of the Storm goal, 14:25. 16:25. Sorry, I was at 16:25. These are 17-minute periods, not 15-minute periods. What's 2 minutes amongst friends, right? Face off to the right side of Morgan. This time between Penafeather and Goodenough. Referee raises his hand. He's got a question. He wants to know if somebody else can take the face-off, so Moreno does. He draws that puck all the way across. Comes to Penafeather. Held, stopped by Goodenough. Fires that shot. Saved by Morgan. Taken corralled back behind the net by Weissman. Weissman up to the boards. Slowed down by Goodenough. Grabbed by Wilson. Centered to Blevins. Lost. Passed up. Long. Touched. Watched it go aside by Bennett, and that will run out the clock. At the end of 2, it is 2-2 here in Pulaski. And that concludes another exciting period of ice hockey at the Haldane Arena, home of Storm Hockey. That means it's trivia time. Your trivia question is sponsored by Power Play Podcast. It could be sponsored by you. Just send me an email, thedandallen@gmail.com, and we'll talk. Your question is, who is the highest paid NHL player of all time? Who is the highest paid NHL player of all time? Your answer during our next intermission. Right. If you want to sponsor an intermission or a penalty question and or answer, you can. Your logo can go up here in the corner for the whole intermission, for the entire question and answer, or for a period, or for the game. Lots of different levels are available. You just got to let me know, thedandallen@gmail.com, and we'll figure it out. The players are emerging from their respective locker rooms. The referees have emerged from their warming room. The Zamboni has resurfaced with a nice clean sheet of ice. We're still waiting for the bees to emerge from their hive. Remember, you could sponsor this period. You could sponsor this game. Just send me an email, thedandallin@gmail.com, and we will figure out an equitable solution. And here come the bees. The warm-up timer has expired. Ontario Bay are preparing their rallying cry around their goalie. The bees are buzzing around their goalie. Swarming, if you will. They're ready. I'm ready. The refs are ready. Two-two. The beginning of the second. Puck is hot, and there we go. That faceoff gets drawn all the way back to the right side of Bennett. Grabbed and brought around behind the net by Olsen. Olsen goes down, losing his footing. That puck goes around back behind the net. Wilson chasing after it, as was Lynch. Not able to get it out, comes back behind the net again. Olsen going over to make a play on it along with Matt Falwaz. Comes up, Lynch back into the corner for Falwaz. Falwaz still has Olsen all over him. And now Goodenough. Falwaz trying to clear it around. Wilson picked it off, comes back to Falwaz. Falwaz sends it around to Carner. Carner sends it back. Coming out to Theo Weissman. Weissman hits it, plops up high to Falwaz all the way around. Blevins not able to get a stick on it. Trying to get it around Sutton on the far side. Comes back into the corner for Wilson. Wilson corralling it, bringing it back behind the net. Now Olsen has it. Olsen up to Newton. Newton touch to Blevins. Blevins between the legs over to Goodenough. Goodenough crossing over, drops it to Wilson. Wilson back to Goodenough, fires. Saved, goes off back behind the net. Olsen fires it from the point. Nothing doing there. Tried for a sharp backhand from Goodenough. Goes off of somebody's skate along to the boards. Played now by Theo Weissman. Weissman crossing up over the red line. Flicks that puck up. It goes all the way to the goalie. And that gets covered up by Colin Bennett. Little jibber jabbers between Pennefeather and Olsen. The referee comes over to say, hey, what are you saying? Face off to the left side of Bennett. Going to be between Pennyfeather and Stern. Drop. Pennyfeather draws it back. Comes to Reynolds. Reynolds off the boards into the corner for Chapa. Chapa takes it back around behind the net. Chapa over by the dot. Chapa stops short, curls back, drops it, sends it back behind into the corner for Moreno. Comes out. Mashaw tries to clear it out. Comes out a little bit into the neutral zone. Chapa not able to control it. Amanon poking and sticking and popping away at it. Reynolds loses an edge, comes out, fires shot from the point by Brodeur. Save. Back to Brodeur from the wall. Oh, and Stern is down still. Stern took something to the belly. He's rolling around. Oh, it just looks like it hurts. He's looking back over his shoulder. I think Stern may feel like he got speared by somebody. Oh, I hope his head cools off before he comes back. Be a neutral zone face-off. Dawson Corey lining up for that face-off against Pennyfeather. Drives it forward. Eric Mashaw. Try to push it forward. Coming back with it. Sam Chapa fires that shot. Saved. Gobbled up hard by Colin Bennett. Face off to the left side of Bennett. Coming in to take that face off is Braden Evans for the Bees. Lining up against Bryce Goodenough. Fires it all the way across to the far side. Blevins just not able to catch up to it. Goodenough coming up behind him. Pass to the Blevins. Blevins fires that shot in. Saved and covered up by Patrick Morgan. Face-off will be to the left side of Morgan. Coming in to take that for Ontario Bay is Bryce Goodenough, lining up against Braden Evans again. Goodenough drives it back, corralled there by Trevor Sutton. Comes out into the neutral zone. Olsen sends it all the way across and goes down. Blevins sends it in. Goodenough checks on Olsen. Olsen's okay. Newton sends that back behind the net for Goodenough. Goodenough misses it, comes out to Wilson. Wilson lines up, fires that shot, save! Heard that thunk off the pad of Morgan. In the neutral zone with it, Cole Schuyler sends it over, gets deflected aside. That comes up high, that would be a high sticking, except that was a net. It hit the net. We've got some fans that are starting to get disgruntled. Second period's always the toughest for the fans. Face-off drawn back, quick shot by Matt Carner, save by Bennett. Comes out our near side, Saber battling for it up against the boards, as is Theo Weissman. Saber still battling, goes into the corner. Coming over is Wilson against Fawaz. Wilson fires it all the way around. Hard hit by Sutton onto Cameron Call. Centering pass, nothing doing. That leaks and that comes out. Goes under Call's stick. It's going to go all the way down. Chasing it down is Trevor Sutton, as is Call. Sutton with the wide sweep. Call with the wide sweep. Sutton has to send it around. Saber there. Comes out to the point. Olsen fires it. Closing the legs is Theo Weissman. And that's going to be a penalty somewhere. An interference call against Baldwinsville. Number 10. Baldwinsville penalty, number 10, 2-minute minor for interference. Number 10, 2 minutes interference. Time of the minor penalty, 3:31. Blevins over into the offensive end. Newton gets stick check, not able to make a play, and that goes into the corner for Goodenough. Goodenough not able to catch up to it, tried to get cleared out, and out it comes. Keegan Lynch coming with it. Keegan Lynch trying to make some space around Wilson. He gets that shot, goes and hits the chest of Bennett. Bennett drops it off for Blevins. Blevins dishes it back into the corner for Wilson. Wilson, far long cross pass to Blevins. Blevins sends it across, tried for that hot pass to Goodenough, gets deflected, goes back behind the net. Newton not able to catch up to it. Blevins has it on the boards, drops it off for Wilson. Wilson fires that, gets deflected out in front off of Vona. Vona coming away with that puck now. Vona into the neutral zone. Vona passing it over for Lynch. Lynch not able to catch up to it. Played out by Olsen. Gets fired all the way back by Penafeather. Goes behind the net. Wilson picks it up there. Wilson looking, trying to see which way he wants to go. He chooses to go that way. Passes that puck up long. Tried to get it to Goodenough. Gets deflected by a B. Goes all the way down behind the net. Trevor Sutton playing on it now. Comes to Goodenough, curling around. Goodenough at the faceoff. Before he lost it, passes off to Blevins. Blevins on the far side at the top of the umbrella. Over to Mashaw. Mashaw fires, gets tipped by his brother, and that is saved by Morgan. Puck comes out through the neutral zone. Sam Chapa fires that shot, saved by Bennett into the corner. Mashaw misplaying it, almost a foul. Chapa fires another save. That gets cleared out by Cody. Goes all the way down the length of the ice, and that's going to be an icing. Puck comes out, cross ice pass, gets picked off because it goes right to Jimmy Reynolds. Reynolds takes it around behind his net. That'll run out the penalty, 5-on-5, and that puck gets deflected into the Ontario Bay bench. Face-off will be to the left side of Morgan. Lining up to take the face-off is Braden Evans and Dawson Corey. Comes out into neutral zone. Cole Schuyler. Schuyler passes over Spade. Spade back to Schuyler. Nothing doing there because coming over to play some mean defense is Steve Saber. And we're going to have a penalty roughing call against Saber. Nope, not on Saber. I'm sorry. Number 20 for Baldwinsville. Little conversation with the referee about what that was about. He's lucky he didn't get an unsportsmanlike at the same time. Baldwinsville penalty, number 20, 2-minute minor for roughing. Number 20, 2 minutes rough. Time of the minor penalty, 5:53. And that would have got cleared out, but I think it hit the referee, and now it does get cleared out as a shot on goal. Saved by Bennett, goes into the corner, played there by Olsen. Olsen sends it across, just gets touched by Goodenough. Goodenough has to come back to play, and he passes it to Wilson. Wilson back to Goodenough. A long pass to Olsen. Olsen touches it to avoid the icing, and into the corner it goes. These boys are starting to look tired. Wilson stepping up to save that puck from going out. Goes to Blevins, centering pass. Comes to Newton. Deflected. Oh, nothing doing there. Morgan was all sprawled out. Puck never made it to him, though. That comes all the way down to this near corner. Corralled by Wilson. That's a lot of full ice skating back and forth with his defense. Long pass, touches nobody. That's going to be an icing. That's what happens when you're starting to get winded. You start making sloppy passes. Problem is, you can't tell a competitor like Casey Wilson that he needs to take a rest, though. He will fight you every step of the way. He's one tough kid. Goodenough in for that faceoff, pushes that puck back, gets grabbed by Brodeur behind his own net. Joe Brodeur looking around. Joe passes off the near side, bounces off the boards behind Blevins. Blevins never touches it. Comes out to Penafeather. Penafeather fires it in all the way down and around. Picked up by Moreno. Moreno touches it back out to the point. Bona not able to get it through. Comes all the way up to Eric Mashaw. Fires that shot high. Glove saved by Patrick Morgan. .47 seconds remaining in this power play for Ontario Bay. Blevins playing the body, so the Bees kicking it with his foot is Fawaz to make some space. Comes out to the point and just gets over Eric Mashaw, going all the way down. Played on by Bennett, slowed down for Brodeur. Brodeur takes it, fires it back around for Cody Mashaw. Cody passes it all the way up, wanted to get it to Eric, but Fernando Moreno was in the way. Fernando battling against Stern. Moreno wrapping Stern up. He's got him in like a figure four. Pretty interesting cross body. I mean, he almost leg picked him. Long pass touched up, crossed over, not going to be an icing. Played on by Penafeather. Penafeather sends it all the way across. Touched by Brodeur. Chasing it down now is Wilson. Teams are even. Wilson has it. Challenged by Lynch. And it goes in. It goes in. Oh, I thought Bennett had it. Bennett thought he had it. Wilson talking down to calm his goalie. Not real sure what happened there. Baldwinsville goal scored by number 9, Matt Carner. Number 9, unassisted. Time of the Bees goal, 8:03. Wilson fires that puck in, wide, off the backboard, played by Sutton. Sutton backhands it up to Spade. Spade tries touching it out. Wilson fires it just into the corner. Bounce off, comes out to Call. Call fires it, goes all the way around to Wilson. Wilson shovels it along the boards, around behind the net to Call. Call behind the net, over to Saber. Saber tried for a centering pass, denied by Morgan. Comes out to Corey. Corey tries getting it to Olsen. Gets picked off, though, by Geip. Geip bringing it in, gets turned back around into neutral zone. Theo Weissman looking, waiting for his team to check up on sides. I guess they did. Fires that in on net. Wilson over in the corner. Wilson going up against Chapa. Getting it off the boards to Call. Call touching it up, taking it into the neutral zone. Call finds Sutton. Gets that puck past Sutton. Touches off of him. That's not going to be an ice. He goes back behind the net. Played on back there by Theo Weissman. Weissman sends it around. Caught off the boards by Penafeather. Penafeather loses it. Corey with it. Corey trying to turn it back. Dawson putting a shoulder on Chapa. And that puck comes back into the Ontario Bay end of the ice. Olsen corralling it. Passing it up to Wilson. Wilson flicking it. A wobbly pass off the boards to Saber. Saber off the boards to dump it into the zone. Picked up by, next to his net by Sutton. Tried firing it all the way around. Held in by Newton. Squeaked out, though. And coming out with that puck is Penafeather to Chapa. Chapa fires that, goes wide left. And that gets covered up by Bennett in the crease. 7:07 remaining in this second period. We are just past the halfway point. 3-2 Baldwinsville over Ontario Bay. Face-off won by Goodenough, sent around back behind the boards, picked up by Fawaz. Try centering it, nothing doing. Coming out to make a play, and that is Newton. Newton trying to push it forward. Blevins there to help. Newton getting it into the neutral zone. Newton trying to corral it, get some control of it. Comes back to Carner. Carner, dipsy doodling, stopped by Mashaw. Now Lynch with it, fires that. Save, comes out. Braden Walker pushing into the corner. Now Fawaz on the far side. Has Babcock on him. Fawaz trying to cut across, meets Mashaw. Mashaw loses his stick. Goodenough trying to clear it up and out, not able to do so. Held in by Moreno, then dished aside by Blevins. Gets dumped in, though, by the Bees, and they have to check up on sides. Babcock sending up to Newton. Newton trying to pass it up, goes nowhere but to Jimmy Reynolds. Reynolds takes it back behind the net, tries dishing around. Holding in is Joe Brodeur. Brodeur fires it, bounces it off the boards, back behind the net, comes out to Newton. Newton turning around at the hash mark. Centering pass over to Brodeur. Brodeur not able to play it off his backhand, has to come back to it. Takes his time getting to that puck. He has two players on him, Dan Spade and now Cole Schuyler. Schuyler makes a play on net. Coming back, Bryce Goodenough back checking, picking up that puck, sends it forward. Newton trying to go up with it. In the neutral zone, sent back in. Braden Evans sends it into the corner. Brodeur making a play on it. Brodeur all over Evans. That puck comes out, slows down enough that Goodenough gets that long pass over to Blevins. Blevins leading, shooting, saved by Patrick Morgan. Wow. Brodeur, forehand, shoot, goes wide. Morgan reaching, Morgan stickless. Morgan's using somebody else's stick. That puck comes out to the point into the neutral zone, picked up by Brodeur. Oh, and we're sending two players off. Incidental minor penalties for being jerks. Both roughing. Neutral zone face-off. Incidental minor penalties. Ontario Bay, number 23, 2 minutes for roughing. Baldwinsville, number 8, 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the incidental minor penalties, 11:54, 5-on-5 hockey. Puck played back behind the net by Weissman. Weissman sent around up to Pennyfeather. Pennyfeather coming across the red line, sends that puck in. It's Pennyfeather Stevenson. It's just so much easier to say Pennyfeather. Sorry if that offends anybody. But Chapa with that puck. To Pennyfeather, to Chapa. Winding up, shooting low. Saved by Bennett. That puck gets cleared out. Centered, cleared, iced. That's going to come all the way back next to Colin Bennett. Braden Pennyfeather Stevenson, number 21. It's a lot of syllables. Again, I apologize if I'm offending anybody, but I see Pennyfeather first written on. Oh, shot! Save! Leaked across the crease. Coming away with that is Blevins. Blevins up through the neutral zone. Blevins over the blue line, stopping, shooting. Oh, that was a long, low shot pass for Stern. Stern not able to catch up to it. It comes back out into the neutral zone. Sliding across is Lynch, letting his momentum go with it. Stern helps him return his momentum to the ice. Mashaw to Stern. Stern sends it all the way across to nobody because there was no forward up on that side. Hard, long pass off the near side. That's going to be icing. I don't even have time to turn the camera there. I'll bring that puck all the way back. So if anybody is watching and can share in the chat if the Pennefeather-Stevenson or Pennefeather-Stevenson families have any strong opinions one way or the other. Again, I don't mean to be offending someone, but yeah, Pennefeather just falls out of my mouth so much quicker. Blevins corrals that puck in the neutral zone, off the board, sends it over to Corey, not able to get to it. Comes back the other way with it is Cole Schuyler. Schuyler loses it to Blevins. Blevins dumps it back into the corner for Cody Mashaw. Cody pushes it along for Corey. Corey opts to play the body instead of the puck, and Brodeur comes away with the puck. Brodeur shooting, glove save by Morgan. 2:55 remaining in this second period. Goodenough facing off against Pennefeather-Stevenson. Pennefeather-Stevenson, I thought he won that, but Goodenough takes control. Goodenough over to Newton. Newton touches it, goes back behind the net. Played there by the Bees. Choppa, piece of it. Corey sends it back. Newton swings and misses Moreno over there to make a play. Newton sitting down on the job. That puck comes out. Chiappa coming away with it. Choppa has Wilson. He stops short. Fires! Save by Bennett. Comes out to Wilson in the air. He swats at it. Swats at it like a guy in a trailer with a stick and a bug flying around them. Just knocked it to the wall. And into the netting it goes. Face off to the right side of Bennett. Sent around by Wilson. That's going to go. Referee says that's not icing. You, Mr. Weissman, watch that puck go by. Weissman playing it, passes it out. Stolen by Goodenough, lost by Goodenough. Moreno pushes into the neutral zone. Corralled by Wilson, sends it up to Newton. Newton all the way across to Goodenough. Goodenough drops it back for Wilson, fires! Tipped and goes high into the glass. Comes out into the corner. Played by Chiappa. Chiappa up to Weissman. Stolen by Corey. Now gets turned back to Chiappa. Chiappa coming full speed ahead. Chop at the face-off dot. Fires. Shoulder save by Bennett. Into the corner it goes. Now it comes out into the neutral zone. Lynch with it. Lynch curling around the center dot. Flicks it up. Bounces towards Bennett. He kicks it aside. Back to Lynch again. Reynolds. Lynch. No, it was Lynch. Now to Carner. Fire. Save. Back to Carner. Backhand to Lynch. Deflected by Wilson. Comes out to the point. Fired in by Geif. That goes high and hits the glass. Over onto the side for Goodenough. Goodenough and Fawaz. Now that squeaks out into the neutral zone. Coming through the neutral zone, going to grab it, Keegan Lynch. Lynch looking. Gives it over to Vona. Vona back all the way across to Geif. Geif picking it. Sending it all the way down. Icing is waved off. Back behind the net, Wilson and Fawaz both leave it for Olsen. Olsen comes back, pushes it up. 1 minute of play remaining in the second period. Less than 1 minute remaining. Centering pass tried. Oh no, it's a pass back behind the net to Lynch. Lynch tries centering, it gets deflected out. Eric Mashaw not able to clear it out. Geif sending it in, doesn't go anywhere. Now playing it out into the neutral zone. Eric Mashaw. Eric chasing it down against Vona. Vona taking it ahead. Vona around behind the net. Whoa. Mashaw had his stick knocked out by Jake Geif. Did a cool little twirly whirl. I think Eric Mashaw must play drums. Joe Brodeur coming back with that. Stops at the face-off circle. Centers it up to Call. Call not able to reach it. Gets deflected, comes back. Brodeur into the corner. Tries to center that pass stolen by Cole Schuyler. Schuyler taking up 10 seconds remaining in this period. It's in the neutral zone. Carner. Evans. Brodeur. Sent back. Nobody. That's going to end our period. Oh, last second hit by Wilson against Carner. Carner pushing back. Ref coming over like a bat out of hell, singing Meatloaf songs. And that concludes another period of ice hockey at the Haldane Arena, home of Storm Hockey. That means it's trivia time. Your trivia question: who is the highest paid NHL player of all time? The answer from The Dan Dallin. Don't forget to subscribe to The Dan Dallin on YouTube. Your answer is number 87, Sidney Crosby of the Pittsburgh Penguins. In salary, he's earned $138 million. He got a $255,000 signing bonus and $8.55 million of incentives, with total earnings through 2022 amassing to $146,890,244, with another $3.3 million for each of the next 3 years. But if you want to talk real money, be a nerd. Jeff Bezos is worth over 2,000 times that much money at over $243 billion. You should use some of that money at the Cold Front Cafe, where you can get a Slim Jim. Ask them to put it in the microwave, because there's nothing like a nice piece of hot beef for you to put in your mouth. It's wrong on so many levels. Yeah.